So in Christianity, when we're talking about who is Jesus, it's not just an archetype.
Right.
It's not just a myth. It's a historical figure, and the very grounded fact that God became one of us
Right.
is fundamental to this idea of what Christianity is, what it means to be a Christian. It's the sin and the love that came here down to earth.
Yeah.
Means we can be one with God. So that's essential. It's not
Yeah.
just an archetype.
That's right. It always strikes me the difference between, let's say, mythic expressions and the New Testament is read someone like, Carl Jung and then Joseph Campbell, whom he influenced, and then now Jordan Peterson, who's very Jungian, and this sort of archetypal reading of the scriptures. And great. I mean, I think it's very interesting, and there's a lot going on there. There's a sort of calmness, though, about it. Like, yeah, interesting. And that's in this culture and that culture. And it's the form of the moral life. And I understand all that. Then you read the New Testament. Whatever those people are talking about, it's not that. They are grabbing you by the shoulders and shaking you to get your attention, to tell you about something that happened to them, right? Like the resurrection, the myth of the dying and rising God and how powerful that is in shaping our consciousness. That's fascinating. That's not the New Testament. The New Testament is, did you hear? Jesus of Nazareth, whom they put to death, God raised him from the dead, and he was seen by 500, and he was seen by Peter, and then lastly, I saw him. That's how Paul talks. It's not the detached, psychologist musing on archetypal things. And I think that makes a huge difference when it comes to Christianity.
The intensity of the historical details are essential here. So if you look at Hitler and Nazi Germany, it's not enough to say, well, power corrupts, and sometimes, so looking at the archetype of Hitler, it's much, much more important, much more powerful to look at the details of how he came to power.
Yeah.
What are the ways he did evil onto the world? And then you can get really intense about your struggle with some of the complexities of human nature and power on institutions and all that kind of stuff. So the historical nature of the Bible.
We're an historical religion. And
is important.
We generate philosophical reflection. We can find common ground with archetypal thinking and all that. We can. And the church fathers used Greek philosophy, and Aquinas uses Aristotle, and all that's great. But we're an historical religion, and that matters immensely.